Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Chapter 21. The Emperor's daughter who was accidentally lost by the Wangyu ancient clan cannot practice normally until the seal is released because of the bloodline seal in her body. Closing square bracket. Once the seal is lifted, you will be blessed by the moon god, awaken the bloodline of the desolate moon demon Cloud Rabbit, and your strength will increase by leaps and bounds. Closing square bracket. Even when encountering a life or death crisis, the bloodline seal will erupt in a devastating attack, enough to obliterate the strong men in the 9th level of heaven and man. Closing square bracket. Hiss. Looking at the information that appeared in front of him, Xiao Chen took a sharp breath. Although he didn't know what the Wangyu ancient clan was, just the word, emperor, made Xiao Chen feel suffocated. What is an imperial daughter? That is a title that can only be given to a descendant whose father or mother is a powerful person in the emperor realm. Almost as soon as they were born, this type of people stood at the top of the Kanglan world, regardless of talent or background. With the support behind you, it just takes a little effort. You can reach a height that ordinary people cannot reach in their lifetime. I thought that this kind of evil person would not have contact with him now. But Xiao Chen never expected that the naive maid in front of him would be the emperor's daughter of an ancient tribe. Isn't this God's joke too big? Master, what's wrong with you? Seeing Xiao Chen's sudden look of shock and disbelief, Yunxi raised his head nervously and asked timidly. I thought she had suddenly offended the other party. Nothing. Seeing Yun's eyes' timid look, Xiao Chen came back to his senses and continued with his eyes twinkling. Yunxi, the young master wants to ask you a question. If you find out in the future that you can not only practice, but also easily surpass all your peers and reach a height of cultivation that even the head of the family cannot reach. It even has the most apex level background in the world, and can overthrow the 7 dynasties of the eastern wasteland in a single thought. Until then, what do you want to do? At the end of the sentence, Xiao Chen's voice became very low, even vaguely solemn. Yunxi is now just a maid beside him, which is far different from her true identity. If her seal is lifted one day, she will know that she is a high-ranking emperor's daughter. I don't know if it's because of the psychological contrast that I felt that my previous identity was a shame, so I went dark and wanted to erase this stain. If that's the case, then the Xiao family will be in danger. Has the most apex level background in the world. Has your cultivation level reached a very high level? Hearing such a strange question from Xiao Chen, Yunxi couldn't help but be stunned for a moment, tilted her head and thought seriously, and then replied with a serious face. Well, Yunxi will still be the young master's maid. I will beat anyone who dares to go against the young master. Xiao Chen's lips twitched when he heard this, and he continued angrily. If you have an invincible background and are far more powerful than the young master, how can you be willing to continue to be a maid? Some people will remember the goodness of others when they are humble, just because they have never reached the height of others. You need to rely on others to help you live a better life. But once the status and strength far surpass the opponents, the mentality will also change. She would even wish to trample under her feet those who once had pressure on her, and make these people treat her in a more humble manner like she once did. Xiao Chen has been working in the factory for 2.5 years and has seen many similar things. No one is willing to rely on others. This is the truest aspect of human nature. Why aren't you willing to continue being a maid? After Yunxi was silent for a while, she raised her head and said seriously. Since Yunxi can remember, she has never been accompanied by her relatives. She picks up food on the street every day and is often kicked out by others. It snowed heavily that year. If the young master hadn't given me a sesame seed cake, Yunxi would have probably starved to death on the street. So Yunxi once secretly swore that from now on, as long as the young master does not dislike me, Yunxi will serve the young master for the rest of his life. At the end, Yun's eyes became misty as if she was remembering the sad things in the past. Both hands subconsciously grabbed Xiao Chen's clothes, just like when Xiao Chen gave her a piece of sesame seed cake and was about to leave, she grabbed him tightly. The words were not very loud, but Xiao Chen suddenly trembled, and the scene from that year also appeared in his mind. It's snowing heavily. A little girl of 5 or 6 years old was lying in front of Xiao's house. She was dirty and looked like a little beggar that no one wanted. When he went out to play in the snow and saw how pitiful the other party was, he ran back to Xiao's house and brought a sesame seed cake to the other party, and asked Xiaozan to take Yunxi by his side as a maid. From then on, even though Yunxi is 2 years younger than him, she still rushes to help him with work every day. But no one expected that this seemingly miserable little girl would have a mysterious origin behind her. Master, when you say this, do you want to drive me away? When Xiao Chen dug up his past memories, Yunxi raised her head pitifully, with tears already welling up in her eyes. There is no such thing as a simple if in this world, it is usually paving the way for something. Although she is still young, she also understands this truth. There must be some meaning behind Xiao Chen's words, and he was probably trying to trick her away from him. Hey, don't cry. I didn't say that I would drive you away, so don't overthink it. Seeing that Yunxi was about to cry in the next second, Xiao Chen helplessly touched her head. It is unimaginable that this maid who is always ready to cry can actually crush anyone in the eastern wasteland. What the young master really wants to tell you is, you can't practice now just because your physique has not yet awakened. Once awakened, you will be completely transformed. At that time, your fate will also change accordingly. Maybe some clan members will come to pick you up. But no matter what changes happen in the future, remember not to regard the past when you were humble as the humiliation of your life just because of the change in status. Xiao Chen can only take precautions against anything that may happen in the future at Lenovo. This allows Yunxi to be mentally prepared, so that if her identity changes in the future, she won't have difficulty accepting the past for a while. Master, what on earth are you talking about? What kind of physique has not yet awakened, and what kind of clansman will come to pick me up? You said it makes Yunxi so scared. Listening to Xiao Chen's incomprehensible words, Yunxi grabbed Xiao Chen nervously again, fearing that he would be driven away as soon as he let go. Yunxi has been living on the streets since he was a child. Only the young master would feel sorry for me. So in Yunzai's heart, the young master is the person closest to me, and the people of the Xiao family are my clansmen. No matter what happens in the future, Yunxi will never leave the young master. After saying that, Yunxi showed a determined look on her face, seeming to express her determination. Well, master believes in you. Seeing this silly girl looking at him, Xiao Chen couldn't help but reach out and rub her head. This girl looks straight-minded, so she shouldn't be a white-eyed wolf. However, it is too early to think about this now, and there is no telling what will happen in the future. Not to mention, he has a cheat. Even if Yunzai's bloodline awakens in the future, he will still have the ability to solve all this. After the thought came to an end, Xiao Chen turned around and took off his clothes without thinking too much. Then, amidst Yunzai's exclamations, he entered the bathtub and took a bath. Chapter 22. Inside the wing, the fog was hazy. Xiao Chen soaked in the bathtub with a contented look on his face, lazily enjoying Yunxi rubbing his back. And in this hazy mist, Yunzai's little face turned red, almost dripping with blood. A pair of eyes were tightly closed, looking very shy and embarrassed. It seemed that if she accidentally saw Xiao Chen in front of her, her blood would surge and she would faint on the spot. Okay, if you rub my back like this, my hair will almost disappear. Feeling Yunxi rubbing her head, Xiao Chen said helplessly in the bathtub. Ah, I'm sorry, master, am I too stupid? Hearing Xiao Chen's casual teasing, Yunxi apologized in embarrassment. But when she opened her eyes and saw Xiao Chen's naked upper body, her pretty face turned red to her neck. This was the first time she had served Xiao Chen to take a bath, and her heart was beating so fast that it felt like it was about to explode. Just kidding. You have done a good job. Let's stop taking a bath this time. I want to get up and get dressed. Hearing the uneasy look in Yunzai's voice, Xiao Chen sighed helplessly and stood up from the bath after speaking. This girl is good at everything, but a little humble. If it weren't for the identity of the other party, but the result of the identification, Xiao Chen wouldn't believe that she was an emperor's daughter. Ah, Yunxi, who had not yet reacted, saw Xiao Chen standing up suddenly and screamed in fright. The whole person was like a steam pot, with hot steam coming out all of a sudden, and 2 nosebleeds spurted out suddenly. Oh, you are really a dishonest person who loves to show off your strength. Feeling the movement behind him, Xiao Chen sighed helplessly. It was just a back view, and this girl had a nosebleed. If he turned around, wouldn't he faint on the spot? In desperation, Xiao Chen turned his back to Yun Shi, put on his clothes while waving his hands, and then turned around. Only then did I discover. Yun Zai's face was so red that it almost bled, and her eyes seemed a little dull, as if she was still immersed in the scene just now. Are you okay? Seeing the nosebleed dripping to the ground, Xiao Chen asked with a half smile. Ah, master, I'm fine. After hearing Xiao Chen's question, Yun Shi finally came back to her senses. After exclaiming, she quickly wiped her nose. He directly wiped his mouth full of nosebleeds. Take care of yourself and don't be brave next time. Seeing Yun Zai's embarrassed look, Xiao Chen rubbed Yun Zai's head, then turned around and walked out of the room. He didn't forget business. It is better to hand over the Senluo blood prison array to Xiao Zhan first and recover the resources collected by the Xiao family in the past 2 days. And Yun Zai's secret can also be mentioned. However, it is not certain when the other party's seal will be lifted, so there is currently no way to deal with it. Come to the meeting hall. Only then did Xiao Chen realize that Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others were there. They all looked solemn and seemed to be discussing something. What happened? Feeling that something was not right about the atmosphere, Xiao Chen took the initiative to ask as he entered the hall. Chener, Xiao Chen, you are finally released from seclusion. Seeing Xiao Chen's appearance, everyone looked happy and quickly stood up to greet him. Xiao Mingyi also opened his mouth to explain at this time. On the second day of your seclusion, Queen Medusa also went into seclusion like you. She said she wanted to recover her fallen cultivation. She told us not to disturb her if nothing happened. And within these 2 days, there are many suspicious people around the Xiao family. It seems that someone is monitoring the Xiao family's actions. Speaking of this, Xiao Mingyi's voice became a little solemn. A few of us suspect that these are the spies of the Lin family in Tiandu City. They should want to find out the details of the Xiao family so that they can launch some kind of action against the Xiao family. So we old guys suspect that the strong men from the Lin family in Tiandu City are already on their way. Maybe it will come to Luyun City in the next 2 days. And Queen Medusa is now practicing in seclusion, so we must take countermeasures in advance. After saying that, Xiao Zhan and others nodded solemnly, but Xiao Chen smiled dumbly at this time. It's just the Lin family in Tiandu City, they can't make a difference. With that said, Xiao Chen took out the Senluo blood prison formation disc and continued in a nonchalant voice. With this array, even if the Lin family in Tiandu City invites the powerful Tai sword sect to take action, our Xiao family will still have the ability to kill the invading powerful enemies. Array disc. After hearing Xiao Chen's words, the eyes of Xiao Zhan and others instantly fell on the formation disc. Is this an Earth rank array? Earth rank formation disc. Even the lowest Earth rank array can erupt with terrifying power, enough to threaten the strong men of Grotto Heaven Realm. If it is an Earth rank high grade or Earth rank supreme grade formation disc, the power of the formation when fully deployed can even severely injure or kill Nirvana Realm experts. Seeing how confident Xiao Chen looks, could this be the Earth rank supreme grade array? Thinking of this, Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others were shocked, and their faces showed joy. This is not the Earth rank array. Xiao Chen smiled faintly when he heard the words. When Xiao Zhan heard the words, he was a little stunned and seemed to have thought of something. He nodded and continued. Yes, this is a heavenly rank array disc, and it is also heavenly rank supreme grade. If the power of its formation explodes with all its strength, it will be enough to seriously injure or kill the celestial human realm strong man. Wah, what? After hearing Xiao Chen's words, Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others all took a sharp breath, almost weakened and fell to their knees in front of Xiao Chen. Heavenly rank supreme grade lineup. Enough to seriously injure or kill the celestial human realm strong man. These 2 sets of keywords kept echoing in their minds, making their brains buzz with blood and almost explode. Celestial human realm strong man. This is the top powerhouse of the 7 dynasties in the Eastern Wasteland, a terrifying existence that can destroy the Xiao family in a snap. Even stomping his feet can make the great Qian dynasty tremble 3 times, making him almost invincible in their eyes. And the formation disc in Xiao Chen's hand can actually kill the strong celestial human realm. This is undoubtedly a divine weapon to them. Although this array has the ability to severely injure or kill powerful people in the celestial human realm, whether it can do it depends on the cultivation level of the caster. Unable to unleash the full power of the array, I can only take a beating against the powerful celestial human realm. Seeing that Xiao Zhan and others were so shocked that their legs were weak, Xiao Chen was afraid that their confidence would be inflated. He hurriedly said a few words of caution. You need to be strong to make iron. We all understand this. You guys don't have to worry about us old guys getting carried away. When Xiao Zhan heard this, he waved his hand and smiled happily. Although with the current cultivation level of my father and elders, controlling this array cannot compete with the powerful celestial human realm. But it's more than enough to deal with some grotto heaven realm or nirvana realm experts. After seeing a few people calm down, Xiao Chen said a few words with a slight smile. Then he explained the use of Senluo blood prison formation to Xiao Zhan, Xiaomingyi and others. Of course, when Xiao Zhan and others asked how they got this array disc, Xiao Chen only said that the chief master gave it to him. By the way, these supreme grade spiritual essence pills were refined by me in seclusion for the past 2 days. You can take them and exchange them for spiritual crystals, which can be used to purchase more resources. After explaining how to use the Senluo blood prison formation disc, Xiao Chen took out the remaining supreme grade Lingyuan pill. Supreme grade Lingyuan Dan. Xiao Chen, you can actually make elixirs. After hearing Xiao Chen's words, Xiao Zhan and others were surprised, and their eyes fell on the pill bottles. With so many pill bottles, how many have you refined? The supreme grade Lingyuan pill is very difficult to refine. Even an earth rank alchemy master needs a bit of luck to refine it. And Xiao Chen actually took out nearly 10 alchemy bottles. Could it be that the other party successfully refined nearly 10 elixirs? Not a lot. In addition to what I have used for practice in the past 2 days, there are still 60 supreme grade Lingyuan pills left. Seeing several pairs of eyes staring at him, Xiao Chen smiled lightly and said indifferently. Chapter 23. Hiss. 60 supreme grade spiritual essence pills. Hearing Xiao Chen's understatement about how many pills there were, Xiao Zhan, Xiaomingyi and others took a sharp breath, and their legs almost went weak and they knelt in front of Xiao Chen on the spot. You must know that in the pill market of Luyun City, you may not see a supreme grade Lingyuan pill for several years. Once you show up, you will be robbed. A supreme grade spiritual essence pill cannot be purchased without 5,000 spirit crystals. And Xiao Chen actually took out 60 supreme grade spiritual essence pills in one go. This was a cultivation resource worth hundreds of thousands of spirit crystals, enough to make all the chambers of commerce in Luyun City a sensation. Really? All are supreme grade Ling Yuan Dan. In disbelief, Xiao Zhan, Xiaomingyi and others. They all took the elixir bottle tremblingly, then opened the bottle and took a sip, then raised their heads and looked at Xiao Chen with trembling eyes. You really made this all? It's not that Xiao Zhan and others want to doubt Xiao Chen, but this matter is really ridiculous. Refining elixirs is very cumbersome. Even a heavenly rank alchemist cannot do it if he wants to refine 60 supreme grade spiritual essence pills in 2 days. Furthermore, there is no alchemy furnace in Xiao Chen's wing, nor is there a large amount of matching medicinal materials. How did he refine so many supreme grade Lingyuan pills? Could it be? While their thoughts were turning, several people couldn't help but look at each other as if they had thought of something. Only then did they remember. 2 days ago, I gave Xiao Chen 100 low-grade Lingyuan pills. Are these Lingyuan pills made from those pills? Yes, just as you guessed, this is purified and refined from that batch of low-grade Lingyuan Dan. Seeing the guessing expressions on several people's faces, Xiao Chen also smiled and nodded. Hiss, Xiao Chen actually has such ability, he is really the lucky star of my Xiao family. When Xiao Zhan and others heard this, they took another deep breath, with expressions of ecstasy and excitement on their faces. Unexpectedly, Xiao Chen can not only help people cleanse their marrow and cut their pulses, but now he can even purify and refine elixirs twice. Not even a heavenly rank alchemist can be so perverted. In the future, if Xiao Chen is here in the Xiao family, how can there be no supreme grade elixir? Well, you guys don't get too happy too early. This will also consume a lot of resources. If there are no other resources to support it, I will not be able to purify any elixir. Looking at these people, Xiao Chen couldn't help but feel longing in his heart. Xiao Chen could only helplessly pour a basin of cold water on them. Ha ha ha, we all understand. After hearing Xiao Chen say these two words, Xiao Zhan and others laughed, and then handed over a space ring. These are the various resources and items we have purchased from major chambers of commerce in the past 2 days, including the remaining weapons, monsters, nuclear waste pills, etc. A total of 470,000 spiritual crystals were spent. This should be helpful to you. 470,000 spiritual crystals. Hearing Xiao Zhan's words, Xiao Chen's eyes lit up. Without any politeness or pretense, he took the space ring. 470,000 spiritual crystals. This should be a huge amount of wealth that can only be collected after wiping out Wang Lin's family and using the Xiao family's own liquidity. He didn't expect that the Xiao family would spend all their resources to acquire resources. This selfless approach surprised him a bit. As the spiritual sense penetrates into the space ring, various resources and items pile up. Whether it is residual soldiers, discarded elixirs, demon cores, residual medicine, etc., or even the corpses and horns of some monster beasts, traces can be found in the space ring. If it were released, I'm afraid it would pile up like a mountain. This is worth at least tens of thousands of points. After a rough evaluation in his mind, Xiao Chen immediately issued the recycling order. Ding! The system has recovered all resource items, with a total value of 73,534 points. There are more than 70,000 points. Xiao Chen felt a little surprised when he heard the prompt from the system. It seems that there should be many good things in this batch of items. Otherwise, resources worth more than 400,000 spiritual crystals should not reach such a high score. With this wave of points in his account, he can upgrade the elixir again. When the thought came to an end, Xiao Chen mentioned this matter. What? You want to help us purify the elixir? Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others looked ecstatic when they heard that Xiao Chen took the initiative to mention this matter. Well, you can find a way to buy some elixirs for cultivation, or elixirs for breaking through the realm. As long as the elixirs reach low grade. As long as I have enough resources, I can purify it into supreme grade elixir. By then, you will be able to use these pills to quickly improve your cultivation or achieve breakthroughs, and the safety of the Xiao family will be more secure. Xiao Chen nodded and immediately replied. Ha ha ha, you are worthy of being a descendant of our Xiao family. This character is really beyond words. Xiao Mingyi said with a happy smile on his face when he saw that Xiao Chen did not hide his clumsiness at all and spared no effort to devote himself to the family. He even wanted to ask Xiao Zhan to abdicate on the spot and directly let Xiao Chen be the head of the Xiao family. By the way, I almost forgot something important. When Xiao Mingyi was sighing, the second elder Xiao Qishong on the side suddenly slapped his thigh fiercely. Then he ran up to Xiao Chen and grabbed the other person's wrist with excitement. Xiao Chen, you are so outstanding both in appearance and talent. The children you will give birth to in the future will definitely be good ones. As the saying goes, good news should not go to outsiders. How about? You take your sister Linger. Puff. Hearing Xiao Qishong's words, Xiao Chen almost spit out a mouthful of blood. What kind of brain circuit is this? Because his appearance and talent are so good, you suggested that he take Xiao Linger in. Xiao Lauer, you are shameless. Even your own daughter is extrapolated, aren't you afraid that girl will rebel? Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Delong on the side both shouted with wide eyes. He was obviously shocked by Xiao Qishong's idea. She dares. Xiao Chen is so outstanding and sensible. If she can warm Xiao Chen's bed and give birth to a baby, it will definitely be the greatest honor in her life. After hearing the words of Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Delong, Xiao Qishong immediately blew his beard and stared. Besides, although we are both members of the Xiao family, my lineage and Xiao Chen's have been separated by several generations, and we have long been estranged in terms of bloodline. It's better to take this opportunity to get married. Maybe it can make the Xiao family's bloodline even better. It has been hundreds of years since the Xiao family was founded, and many of the descendants are now more than 10 generations apart. Even marriages of the same clan cannot be considered incest. Therefore, instead of asking Xiao Chen to find a few more foreign women, it would be better to find a few women from the Xiao family from another generation. On the contrary, it can avoid some family struggles and be more conducive to safeguarding the interests of the Xiao family. Hiss. I suddenly think this idea is feasible. After Xiao Qishong's fallacy, Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Delong's eyes lit up. Why didn't they think of this? Instead of taking advantage of foreign women, it would be better to take advantage of good girls from their own family. With the talent and qualifications Xiao Chen has shown, even if she works as a concubine next to her in the future, she will still get unimaginable opportunities. By then, they will be able to have very outstanding descendants, and even their grandchildren will be proud of themselves. Ha ha ha, Xiaochen, what the second elder said makes sense. What do you think of my girl? She looks even more graceful than her mother, and her bloodline is 6 or 7 generations away from yours. If you two get married, it will be perfect. When the thought falls, Xiao Mingyi was also proud of Wang Po's selling melons, and he came to Xiao Chen with excitement and promoted. Damn it, I don't have a daughter, so I can't take advantage. Xiao Delong, the third elder on the side, was very depressed when he saw this scene. He only had 3 useless sons, which made him feel very lucky in the past. With 3 consecutive children being male, his lineage is expected to flourish. But now he is so depressed that he can't say anything about such a good thing. Is it possible to make a reservation first and then he can go back and try to have a baby? Chapter 24. He watched Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong, one on the left and the other on the right, selling their daughters to him. The corner of Xiao Chen's mouth couldn't help but twitch a few times, with a look of helplessness on his face. The eldest elder's daughter is named Xiao Meyer. She is 2 years older than him. She looks like a royal sister, but her temper is a bit hotter. Regardless of body shape or appearance, except for supreme grade like Kayan, few people can beat her. The second elder's daughter is named Xiao Linger, who is also 2 years older than him. She has a soft, cute and pure face, and she has a girl next door feel. Except for being slightly smaller in stature, she was no worse than Xiao Meyer in other aspects, and her breasts were even bigger than hers. No matter where he goes in Luyun City, he can attract many people to look back. Even the previous owner was often attracted to him. If Xiao Meyer and Xiao Linger knew that they were being promoted by their father, they would probably be so embarrassed that they would want to kill each other for justice. Every member of the Xiao family will be killed without mercy. Just when Xiao Chen was about to politely refuse, an old voice sounded coldly. Immediately afterwards, as a ray of light fell into the Xiao family, a roar shook the Xiao family like a thunderstorm, and there was an alarming movement in the Xiao family's front yard. Who is it? How dare you raid our Xiao family? Seeing this sudden change, the expressions of Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others changed, and they rushed out of the meeting room roaring. Anger, accompanied by murderous intent, swept across like a storm. Xiao Chen also turned cold for a moment and walked out of the meeting hall without saying a word. These guys really deserve to die if they dare to raid the Xiao family at this time. When several people rushed out of the meeting hall. When he arrived at Xiao's front yard in a few leaps, he could see that the newly repaired courtyard had once again been destroyed into ruins by this kind of raid. Many clan members were even injured and fell to the ground. This scene made Xiao Zhan and others' eyes burn with anger. And above the Xiao family's gate, 2 old men stood floating in the air. A grotto heaven appeared behind everyone, and the vast aura was like a mountain, giving people an unshakable feeling. Even below the 2 of them, more than a dozen Xuandan realm experts exuded terrifying auras. He stared at everyone in the Xiao family like a jackal, with a cruel and bloodthirsty light in his eyes. These are the 2 supreme elders of the Lin family in Tiandu City, and the family's dozen or so powerful Xuandan realm elders. Except for the head of the family, Lin Yao, the other senior members of the Lin family can be said to have come out in full force. Such a terrifying force is enough to sweep across the entire Luyun City. Are you from the Lin family in Tiandu City? Looking at the seriously injured members of the Xiao family, Xiao Zhan raised his head with cold eyes and shouted with murderous intent in his voice. There are forces that can send such a strong lineup and attack the Xiao family from the very beginning. Apart from the Lin family in Tiandu City, they couldn't think of anyone else. You Xiao family actually dare to use despicable means and join forces to kill the supreme elder of my Lin family. After Xiao Zhan finished speaking, the 2 old men headed by him directly ignored Xiao Zhan's questions, and one of them even asked in a serious voice. The person who spoke was named Lin Xiaoshan. He possessed the 6th level of Grotto Heaven realm and was the strongest member of the Lin family in Tiandu City. The other person's name is Lin Zhaofang, and like the deceased Lin Shang'an, he was at the Grotto Heaven 5th level. After rushing to Luyun City without stopping, they did not kill the Xiao family immediately, but rushed to the city lord's mansion in Luyun City. Afterwards, during some threatening questioning, Lu Tianan asked some things. After learning that the strong man from the Grotto Heaven realm who invaded the Xiao family 2 days ago was none other than the supreme elder of the Lin family in Tiandu City, the group of people rushed to Xiao's house with murderous intent and hurt people without any scruples. After all, according to what Lu Tianan said, that day, the Xiao family united with a strong man from the Grotto Heaven realm, and it took a lot of effort to kill Lin Shanggan. The mysterious strong man was seriously injured as a result and had to hide in Xiao's house for recuperation. So this is a great opportunity for them to destroy the Xiao family and avenge Lin Shanggan, using despicable means, and joining forces together. After hearing the old man's words, Xiao Zan, Xiao Mingyi and others' eyes narrowed, and they could see each other's doubts when they looked at each other. On that day, Lin Shang'an was clearly killed by Queen Medusa with one move. How come it reached the ears of these guys, but he was killed by a joint effort? Could it be that these guys were deceived? It seems that someone wants these guys to die, or wants these guys to die in the hands of the Xiao family, so that the Xiao family will get into more trouble. In this way, we can use the help of other forces to completely eradicate the Xiao family from Luyun City. When Xiao Zan and others were doubtful, Xiao Chen couldn't help but flash his eyes and secretly guessed in his heart, the person who can deceive these fools is probably City Lord Lu Tianan. When the thought came to an end, Xiao Chen glanced in the direction of the City Lord's mansion, with a slight sneer on his lips. No matter what the purpose of the City Lord of Luyun City was in the beginning, being able to trick this group of people into coming to Xiao's house can be regarded as saving them a lot of effort. There was such a big movement and no one came out. When Xiao Zan and others' expressions became exciting, Lin Zhaofeng glanced at Xiao Zan and others coldly, and his words continued to echo in the Xiao family with murderous intent. It seems that the Grotto Heaven realm powerhouse behind you is seriously injured and is recovering in seclusion. Without the help of another strong person, you, the second level of Grotto Heaven, and these few old, weak, sick and disabled people are still trying to compete with my Lin family. Boom. When the words fell, Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng didn't intend to test them anymore. At this moment, they both exploded in cultivation, and the terrifying momentum swept away like a storm. In the Xiao family, no matter men, women, old or young, no matter pigs, dogs or beasts, no one will be left alive. As this killing order resounded throughout the Xiao family, more than a dozen elders of the revolving Dan realm also exploded in cultivation. One by one, like bloodthirsty monsters, they began to rush towards the inner courtyard of the Xiao family. Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng, the senior figures of the Xiao family in front of them, were enough to crush and kill them. And their group of elders massacred the entire Xiao family. A bunch of trash who are being treated like dogs also want to destroy our Xiao family. It's really ridiculous. Seeing Lin Xiaoshan and others starting to take action, Xiao Chen raised his head with a sneer and looked at the group of people with cold eyes. A piercing killing intent also filled Xiao Chen's body. 7th level of spiritual aperture. When Xiao Chen revealed his murderous intent, not only Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng were frightened when they sensed the subtle fluctuations in Xiao Chen's cultivation. Even Xiao Zan and others looked shocked. 2 days ago, Xiao Chen was only at the 3rd level of spiritual orifice, but unexpectedly, he has now reached the 7th level of spiritual orifice. In just 2 days, he broke through 4 minor realms in a row. Even the most evil genius in the Great Qian dynasty cannot achieve such an abnormal cultivation speed. Xiao Chen has the appearance of a saint. How can such a young kid reach the 7th level of spiritual aperture? There must be some kind of chance in this child. Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng looked at each other, and they could see the speculation and horror in each other's eyes. But almost in the next moment, the eyes of both of them became extremely ferocious, like bloodthirsty monsters in the abyss. If such a young spiritual aperture realm expert were allowed to leave the Xiao family alive today, then the Lin family in Tiandu City would cease to exist in the future. This son must die. After reading the other person's eyes, Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng didn't hesitate at all, and instantly turned into afterimages and headed straight for Xiao Chen. Since you all can't wait, let me try this. Seeing the two Grotto Heaven Realm powerhouses approaching rapidly, Xiao Chen showed no panic on his face and casually launched the Senluo Blood Prison Formation Disc. Chapter 25. Senluo Blood Prison Formation. Rise up and destroy the 8 wastelands. As Xiao Chen formed a seal with his hands, he pressed it on the Senluo Blood Prison Array. The strange blood-red light shimmered and exploded in an instant. The formation patterns were like spider webs, radiating to the entire Xiao family in an instant. The figures of Lin Xiaoshan, Lin Zhaofeng and others were suddenly stagnated by the impact. This is Earth Rank Array. Feel this terrifying array power. Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng shouted in surprise, obviously not expecting that the Xiao family would have such a trump card. But what about the Earth Rank Array? Facing absolute strength, it's just a mantis arm blocking the wheel. In a sneer, Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng once again exploded with true energy, and 2 beast shadows, a tiger and a python, appeared behind them in Grotto Heaven. As the tiger-python roared, 2 divine abilities shot down at Xiao Chen and others with terrifying power. Who told you this is the Earth Rank Array? Xiao Chen just sneered slightly when he heard this, and formed seals with his hands again at this time. Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others all have a tacit understanding. In an instant, like stars circling the moon, seals were formed around Xiao Chen, and the vast amount of true energy crazily sank into the formation. The formation patterns that originally filled the sky and earth exploded into even more terrifying formation power at this moment. This is actually a heavenly rank array. Everyone, please get out of the formation's coverage area. Feeling the power of the formation that suddenly surged several times, the expressions of Lin Xiaoshan and others changed drastically. When his cultivation level exploded, he quickly stopped his body, turned around and retreated without hesitation. If it were an Earth rank array, they could still compete together. But if heavenly rank array, even if the other party's cultivation level is not as good as theirs, it is still enough to unleash a terrifying attack. Late. Seeing Lin Xiaoshan and others retreating violently, Xiao Chen sneered and changed the seal technique again. Senluo suppresses the prison, and the sea of blood is boundless. As these words fell, the Senluo blood prison formation suddenly shook, and endless blood light shone throughout the Xiao family. Chains burned with bloody flames, like the tentacles of the abyss demon god, and pierced through Lin Xiaoshan and others in an instant. Quick! Defend with all your strength. Seeing the terrifying attack erupting from the Senluo blood prison formation, Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng roared and immediately used divine ability to blast the chains all over the sky. At this time, the elders of the Lin family who were in the revolving core realm also had crazy bursts of cultivation. One after another divine ability killer moves were also launched with all their strength. FK, I asked you to defend, but you actually used divine ability to attack. Seeing that more than 90% of the Lin family's elders in the revolving core realm actually used their divine ability to attack, they planned to cooperate with their explosive formations. Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng were so angry that their defenses were broken. Even the 2 supreme elders were not sure that they could receive the attack from the formation. How dare a bunch of weak scum in the revolving core realm come up to resist? Boom! Almost when Lin Xiaoshan roared. The chains also roared together with everyone's divine ability, and the ear-splitting roar resounded through Luyun City like thunder. The attacks of the dozen or so strong men in the revolving core realm of the Lin family were ruthlessly blasted away by the chains. More than a dozen powerful people in the revolving core realm were all like dolls, being ruthlessly thrown away by the impact. Each and every one of them spurted blood, obviously suffering heavy injuries. Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng, 2 strong men from the Grotto Heaven realm, could barely block the bloody chains together. But under the impact of the formation attack, both of them were pushed to a disadvantage. Go to hell. Seeing that the dozen or so powerful men in the revolving core realm were seriously injured, there was no sign of pity on Xiao Chen's face. After sneering, the seal in his hand changed again. The chains burning with blood-colored fireworks were like blood-colored spears with eyes, and they caught up with the dozen elders in an instant. The gazes of Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng directly penetrated the chests of these dozen people. No. Kill so many elders of my Lin family, your Xiao family will be destroyed. Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng were both stunned when they saw more than a dozen elders of the Xuandan realm in their family died tragically in the attack of the formation. The impact of divine ability, which was still able to sustain a stalemate, completely collapsed at this moment. The two beast shadows were ruthlessly blasted by the blood-colored chains, and both of them spurted out blood on the spot during the impact. And when the body shape is rolled back, Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng did not dare to stay and fight to the death, and quickly rushed into the distance with the help of this recoil. As long as they can return to the Lin family, they can use Lin Feng's connections to persuade the powerful Tai sword sect to come forward. By then, with Tai sword sect's powerful foundation, even if the Xiao family has a heavenly rank array, it will only end up being destroyed. And the Xiao family's heavenly rank array will also become their trophy. But just when they rushed out, a red figure appeared in front of them strangely like a ghost. Immediately afterwards, before Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng could see clearly who this person was, a terrifying cultivation aura erupted like a volcano. There are no words. After Kayan appeared in the void, she raised her hand and pointed lightly at the two of them. Two sparks flew out immediately, and the next moment they turned into sword light, piercing towards the two of them. Universal Truth Realm Strong Man. Feeling that the surrounding space seemed to be frozen, Lin Xiaoshan and Lin Zhaofeng shouted in horror. Except for those who are above the Universal Truth Realm, even those in the Nirvana Realm cannot do this. Could this be the mysterious strong man behind the Xiao family? But didn't the Lord of Flowing Cloud City say that this was a wounded Grotto Heaven Realm powerhouse? Is this also called the Grotto Heaven Realm? All kinds of thoughts flashed through my mind before I had time to ask for mercy. Those two sword lights penetrated through their chests, completely ending their sinful and oppressive lives. In less than half an hour, all the powerful men from the Lin family in Tiandu City who invaded the Xiao family were turned into cold corpses. Hiss. Are they all dead? Seeing this scene in front of them, Xiaozan and others were shocked. She is worthy of being Queen Medusa of the Snake Tribe, her movements are so terrifying. It turned out to be just in time. Seeing the figure floating in the sky, Xiao Chen also had a smile on his face. With such a strong man guarding him, ordinary cows, ghosts and evil spirits are not afraid of him. Let her wear this, she's really wearing it right. Seeing Kayan wearing a dress that wrapped her hot body, and her two slender legs wearing the suspender stockings he gave her, her whole body exuded a mature and charming feeling. Xiao Chen's eyes lit up slightly, and he couldn't help but sigh. Queen Medusa's new outfit is so stunning that it doesn't cost her her life. She really deserves to be Queen Medusa, she can be stunning in anything she wears. Sir, I'm keeping the whole body this time. Seeing Xiao Chen staring at her from below, Kayan's figure flashed slightly and came directly in front of Xiao Chen. Seemingly noticing that Xiao Chen was admiring her beautiful legs, Kayan immediately opened her mouth to divert Xiao Chen's attention. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Chapter 26. Well done. After hearing Kayan's words, Xiao Chen immediately looked away, paused and then continued. Your outfit is really attractive. Queen Medusa's new image. Are there any stickers in the comment section? The words fell. Kayan, who originally had a relatively cold expression, actually had a blush on her pretty face. He lowered his head in embarrassment, but the corners of his mouth curved slightly. This shy look like a little girl made Xiaozan and others look stupid for a while. Who would have thought that the majestic Queen Medusa of the Snake Tribe would blush and be shy after Xiao Chen praised her casually? This scene simply refreshed their understanding. After Xiao Chen praised Kayan, he came to the bodies of Lin Xiaoshan and others, with a look of anticipation flashing in his eyes. Oh Nidofu, the infinite that heavenly venerable. Looking at the dead bodies on the ground, Xiao Chen clasped his hands together in a gesture of compassion. Although you all deserve to die, it is not good to die in peace. This young master is here to save you. After saying that, he issued a recycling command to the system. 2 Grotto Heaven Realm experts and a dozen or so Revolving Core Realm experts. The corpses of these people should be worth a lot of points. If they were all to be cremated, their value would be wasted. Waste must be reused and recycled. Ding. The system has recovered all the corpses, with a total value of 26,450 points. It's actually worth more than 20,000 points. These people deserve to die. After hearing the system prompt, Xiao Chen's eyes lit up slightly, with a look of surprise on his face. A strong man from the Grotto Heaven Realm. It is equivalent to an Earth rank item. Of course, it cannot reach the high grade level, so it can only survive at about 5,000 points. And a strong person in the Schwanden realm. If the cultivation level reaches the 9th level of Schwanden, even if the body is relatively well preserved, it is equivalent to the profound rank supreme grade. At best, it's worth 1,000 points. Therefore, 2 Grotto Heaven realm experts and a dozen or so Schwanden realm experts are worth more than 20,000 points, which is pretty good. By the way, there are also these guys' space rings. There may be a lot of resources in them. After disposing of the bodies of these people, Xiao Chen put away the remaining Najis from these people, with a look of anticipation on his face. Next moment, Xiao Chen didn't hesitate at all. His spiritual sense immediately penetrated into the Naji and began to take stock of the resources in the Naji. As expected of the senior figures of the Lin family in Tiandu City, all of them are extremely rich. Look at the space inside the ring. There are not only Earth rank techniques and Earth rank divine ability, but also all kinds of mysterious weapons, even heavenly and earthly treasures, and monster materials. Xiao Chen's face showed a look of ecstasy. The combined net worth of these dozen people is more than the resources they have received in the past few days. Some items can be reserved for synthesis or upgrade, and others can be exchanged for points. Look at the space inside the ring. There are many elixirs suitable for cultivation in the Grotto Heaven realm or the Revolving Dan realm, and there are also many mysterious weapons that have reached profound rank or earth rank. Even for some very good divine ability skills, Xiao Chen didn't intend to exchange them for points. With a little use, these things can become the foundation of the Xiao family. Ding! The system has recovered all the designated items, with a total value of 78,630 points. Xiao Chen also looked excited when he heard the prompt from the system. If you include the points he earned before, his points are already nearly 200,000. These guys are really money-giving boys. Xiao Chen, how was the harvest? Seeing Xiao Chen put away the ring, with an excited look on his face, Xiaozan and others came over and asked. Not bad. With this amount of resources as support, the Xiao family's strength will rise several levels. After hearing the questions from Xiaozan and others, Xiao Chen turned around and said with a smile. It seems that this time the Lin family in Tiandu City has taken advantage of our Xiao family in disguise. Xiaozan smiled lightly when he heard this. But his brows still looked a little solemn, and he paused for a moment before continuing. But this time, so many senior members of the Lin family in Tiandu City have died, and the grievances between the two families can no longer be resolved. The other party will definitely retaliate crazily after receiving the news. If they ask the powerful Tai Sword sect to take action, I'm afraid our Xiao family will be in even greater trouble in the future. Although the Xiao family has Medusa, a strong person, no matter how many strong people are sent by Tai Sword sect, the Xiao family will have enough confidence to deal with it. But as the strong ones become more powerful, the world they come into contact with will undoubtedly become wider, and the other party may recognize Queen Medusa. Until then, that would no longer be a personal grudge, but would involve him being involved in a racial whirlpool. It doesn't matter. When Xiao Chen heard this, he waved his hand and whispered with a serious look. I will make them have no time to separate themselves and come here to cause trouble for the Xiao family. Hearing Xiao Chen's profound words, Xiaozan and others immediately made some guesses, and their pupils shrank violently. Chenur, do you want to kill the Lin family in Tiandu City? Feeling a little unbelievable, Xiaozan couldn't help but confirm. The idea of them is go. To cope with all changes by remaining unchanged, first stick to the Xiao family and delay its development slowly. When the Xiao family becomes stronger, all troubles will be vulnerable. After all, it has only been a few days, and the Xiao family's strength has grown by leaps and bounds. Not only have several people achieved breakthroughs in cultivation, but there is also a heavenly rank array that can hold on to the golden soup, and there is even Queen Medusa sitting in charge. In addition, Xiao Chen has a mysterious inheritance. If they can buy some time to develop, the Xiao family's strength will undergo a transformation. By then, even Tai Sword sect will be unable to do anything to them. But they never expected that Xiao Chen's thoughts were contrary to theirs, and he actually wanted to go to Tiandu City to destroy the Lin family. That's right. Our Xiao family is not a soft persimmon that can be manipulated by others. The Lin family has tried to destroy our Xiao family 2 or 3 times. If we don't send their family to hell, how can our Xiao family live in peace? Xiao Chen said with a serious voice when he heard the words, not hiding the murderous intention in his heart at all. To solve the problem, you have to deal with it at the root. It is not a good thing to be passively beaten all the time. Since this Lin family does not know how to live or die, then we must completely destroy him. When everyone in the Lin family is dead, he doesn't believe that Tai sword sect will fight with the Xiao family to the end for the Lin family. I will set off tomorrow and head to Tiandu City with Kayan. Before that, I will help the Xiao family upgrade some martial arts elixirs, and by the way, help some core clan members cleanse their marrow and cut their veins. Father and several elders will protect the family with peace of mind. As Xiao Chen's cold voice echoed, the surrounding temperature dropped to freezing point. Since the Lin family in Tiandu City made him completely murderous, not only would the other party not be able to survive as a dog from now on, he would even have to shake the eggs away. Hiss, we're leaving tomorrow. After hearing Xiao Chen's decisive decision, Xiaozan and others took a sharp breath. However, after a few people were silent for a while, they did not say anything to dissuade them. After all, with Queen Medusa here, no one should be able to threaten Xiao Chen unless a strong person of the same level takes action. If the Lin family in Tiandu City could be wiped out, the trouble could be completely solved. Chen'er, although this trip is not risky, you must be careful in everything you do. Xiaozan patted Xiao Chen's shoulder with a solemn expression. He was very proud of having such a decisive son. Yeah, I will. Xiao Chen nodded when he heard this, and then, as if he thought of something, he spoke to Xiaozan and others. You can give me some inherited skills of the Xiao family first. I plan to help you all improve them before I leave. Chapter 27. You can actually improve your martial arts. After hearing Xiao Chen's words, Xiaozan and others couldn't help but take a deep breath and looked at Xiao Chen in disbelief. Just now, their focus was on destroying the Lin family, and they did not pay attention to Xiao Chen's words. Hearing Xiao Chen mention this matter again at this time, everyone's hearts were filled with turmoil. It is not easy to improve martial arts skills. It requires a profound accumulation of martial arts, and the attributes of the skills must match. Even old guys like them, who have been practicing for decades, can only improve some yellow rank martial arts. The Xiao family's inherited martial arts is at a high profound rank level. Even a Nirvana realm expert with matching attributes may not be sure that he can improve and upgrade it. Unexpectedly, Xiao Chen would have the confidence to say this. It's not a big problem. When Xiao Chen heard this, he just smiled lightly and replied. These 4 words meant that everything was under control. Ha ha ha, my son Xiao Chen. Has posture of the great emperor. With Chen'er in the Xiao family, why worry about not rising up? Hearing Xiao Chen's confident answer, Xiaozan was so excited that he laughed wildly. After helping them cleanse their marrow and cut their veins, and purify their cultivation elixirs. They need talents and resources, but they just lack higher martial arts skills. Unexpectedly, Xiao Chen can even improve his martial arts skills now, and his only shortcoming has been made up for. If the Xiao family can't rise, it will be really useless. Xiao Mingyi, Xiao Dalong and others on the side were also so excited that they were trembling slightly, looking at Xiaozan with envy. To be able to give birth to such a son, Kumba is really promising. Unlike some of them, none of the things they ejaculate can be used. If Xiao Chen becomes my son-in-law, the rest of my life will be glorious. Looking at Xiao Chen in front of them, Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong both had this idea in their minds. Then his eyes kept flickering, as if he had made up his mind. Tonight, let Mayor Ling seduce him. When thoughts fall. Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong breathed rapidly, their eyes met and then quickly turned away, leaving Xiao Dalong with a puzzled look on his face. Young master can actually improve his martial arts. Kayan on the side also seemed a little uneasy after learning about the conversation of several people. She suddenly had a strong intuition that if Xiao Chen was given enough resources, he could even improve emperor-level martial arts. This means, from now on, she will follow Xiao Chen. As long as she collects enough resources, it will not be difficult to break through the Saint realm. Even the more powerful emperor realm is not impossible to reach. After this thought came to an end, Kayan's breathing was also a little rapid, and she stared at Xiao Chen with brilliant eyes. Xiao Chen didn't pay attention to the strange looks from several people. After taking the Xiao family's inherited martial arts from Xiao Zan, Xiao Chen turned around and returned to his private room. We will leave for Tiandu City tomorrow, and we have to rush for the next thing. Qian saw Xiao Chen turn around and go back to the room without saying a word, so she followed him. In addition to protecting Xiao Chen, she also wanted to see how Xiao Chen improved his skills. After returning to the wing, Xiao Chen ignored Qian and opened the properties panel. Host. Xiao Chen. Physique. Innate Dao body. Cultivation. 7th level of spiritual aperture. Kung Fu. The technique of creating the universe. Divine ability. Heavenly Demon Shadowless Step. Coiling Dragon Fist. Bawang Jin. Diamond Kung Fu. Points. 198,632. As expected, I have almost 200,000 points. Now I can spend them as much as I want. Looking at the points on the attribute panel, Xiao Chen showed a satisfied smile. Immediately afterwards, without the slightest hesitation, Xiao Chen took out the technique. In addition to the inherited skills given to him by Xiao Zan, this pile of skill scrolls also contained those obtained by killing Lin Xiaoshan and others. Among them are 2 fire attribute skills, and their grades reach Earth rank low grade. There are also 6 fire attribute skills at the profound rank level. These are all auxiliary skills that can be used for synthesis. System. Synthesize all the skills in front of you. After glancing at these skill scrolls, Xiao Chen immediately gave instructions to the system. Ding. The system has deducted 3,500 points and is synthesizing all the skills in front of the host for the host. As the system prompt sounded, a burst of dazzling white light shone. Ancient runes, like dancing sparks, kept flying out of the scroll. Under the gaze of Xiao Chen, the integrated union continues to gather together. What a miraculous method! Young master can actually directly extract the martial arts charm contained in the exercises. Seeing this scene in front of her, Qian was shocked on the spot. I thought that Xiao Chen still needed to read the exercises one by one and integrate all the martial arts with his strong understanding. Unexpectedly, Xiao Chen could extract the charm of all martial arts with just a wave of his hand. What exactly is this all-powerful means? This is the first time she has seen such an incredible thing in hundreds of years of life. She is now 100% sure that Xiao Chen must be the reincarnation of the Supreme Great Emperor. Ding! All the martial arts skills have been synthesized. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Earth rank Supreme Grade Martial Arts, Sky Fire Burning Heart Technique. When the system prompt sounds again, all the martial arts charms are integrated union completed. A more powerful fire attribute technique was also imprinted on a scroll. Nearly 10 martial arts techniques can be synthesized into more advanced techniques by spending a few points. This function of the system is so powerful. Looking at the fire attribute technique in front of him, Xiao Chen had a look of satisfaction on his face. Low cost, high return. This is the core of turning waste into treasure. But Earth rank Supreme Grade is not enough, we have to upgrade it again. With a slight flicker in his eyes, Xiao Chen immediately ordered an upgrade. Although the Xiao family has the Earth rank Supreme Grade technique, which allows Xiao Zan and others to cultivate to the Nirvana realm. But Xiao Chen's ambitions don't stop there. He wants to create an invincible family, and the higher the level of his skills, the higher. Ding! The system has deducted 35,000 points and is currently upgrading the Sky Fire Burning Heart technique on the host. As the white light burst out again, fire attribute runes appeared again. Immediately afterwards, in Qian's shocked eyes, shadows continued to evolve in the flickering runes, and a more mysterious martial arts charm also burst out. Young master. Are you trying to deduce martial arts? Seeing this unprecedented martial arts deduction method, Qian's small mouth immediately opened into an O shape, and she could almost fit a small egg inside. Xiao Chen's endless methods time and time again simply refreshed her knowledge in the past hundreds of years. This is really opening heaven's axe on the chrysanthemum platform, it's hard to keep your eyes open. Ding! The upgrade of Heavenly Fire Burning Heart technique has been completed, and the grade has reached Heavenly Rank Supreme Grade. When the system beep sounded again, the white light dissipated and the skill scroll fell into Xiao Chen's hands. Easily, a Heavenly Rank technique was born. The feeling of cheating is so cool. Seeing that this skill was enough for many forces to grab, Xiao Chen also had a satisfied smile on his face. This heavenly rank supreme grade technique is enough to make the Xiao family rise. In the future, when he has enough points, he will upgrade it to saint rank level martial arts. Next. You have to upgrade your divine ability and the pills for training. When the thought falls, Xiao Chen ignored Qian, who was beside him, and was so shocked that his face was flushed, his breathing was a little short and his legs were weak. He took out a lot of pills and started upgrading in the same way. Chapter 28. Sunset Dusk. When Xiao Chen was upgrading the skill pills in the side room, Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong were not idle either. The two met their daughter almost at the same time and told each other their plans. What? You want me to seduce brother Xiao Chen? Separated by several courtyards, Xiao Meier and Xiao Linger both looked at their father with shocked faces, obviously not knowing whether the old guy in front of them had taken the wrong medicine today. He actually asked them to seduce his own family brother. What's the look in your eyes, girl? You must know that Xiao Chen is now the true dragon of the Xiao family. In the future, he will definitely be able to step into the evil existence of Saint Realm. I don't know how many stunning beauties will kneel down and lick him in the future. Only while he has not yet soared to the 9 heavens can you have a chance in the Xiao family. Besides, there are several generations between you and him, and there is no moral or ethical relationship. If you can combine with Xiao Chen, you will be able to fly like a dragon and see a wider world in the future. And in the past few days, there have been 2 killings in the Xiao family. I believe you also know something about it. If Xiao Chen hadn't stepped forward to turn the tide, our Xiao family would have been crushed by powerful enemies. By then, the men of the Xiao family will surely die, and you women and children may also suffer inhuman torture. So in a sense, Xiao Chen is your savior. As the old saying goes, kindness is more important than heaven, so you should show it with your body. If your father and I weren't such a bad old man, I would have pounced on Mr. Chen and promised myself to him. Your mother gave birth to you to be so smart. In the past, I thought it was just to show off, but old man, I understand now. This is to make you a little more worthy of that boy Xiao Chen. Quote. 2 different rooms, almost the same rhetoric, made Xiao Meier and Xiao Linger's heads buzz. Under this almost brainwashing statement, an idea came to their minds. Is it possible? Is Xiao Chen the biological child of this old guy? I will help you create opportunities tonight, and then a man and a woman will be alone in the same room. Whether you can seize the opportunity depends on whether you are sensible or not. After explaining everything with serious words, Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong left their respective daughters' rooms. Finally done. That night, Xiao Chen looked at the upgraded elixirs in front of him and couldn't help but have a satisfied smile on his face. These kinds of elixirs. It includes the essential elixirs required for cultivation in the revolving pill realm and grotto heaven realm. They are not only used for healing and cultivation, but also for breaking through realms and detoxifying. He even combined a lot of Xuanbing and divine ability. He spent a total of 150,000 points. As for these resources, apart from giving some to the Xiao family, he plans to keep the other part. After all, he also needs resources for his own cultivation, and it is impossible to contribute all of them to the family. Host. Xiao Chen. Physique. Innate Tao body. Cultivation. 7th level of spiritual aperture. Kung Fu. The technique of creating the universe. Divine ability. Heavenly demon shadowless step. Great wild true dragon fist. 5 elements heaven shaking seal. 9 turn golden body cover. Points. 28,368. There are only more than 20,000 points left. Looking at the changed attribute panel, Xiao Chen couldn't help but lament that he didn't have enough points. In less than one night, the 200,000 points were reduced by nearly 90%. If these points were converted into resources, they would be enough to buy most of Luyun City. The journey of spiritual practice really burns money. However, under the burning of this kind of points, his attributes changed very obviously. Especially in the column where divine ability is located, many divine abilities have undergone transformation. The heavenly rank supreme grade divine ability is the heavenly rank supreme grade divine ability that he combined with the Panlong Fist and Bawang Jin, as well as some fragments of other divine ability martial arts. The 5 elements heavenly ranking seal utilizes the divine ability of 5 different attributes, and then upgrades it to the heavenly rank supreme grade divine ability after synthesis. As for the 9-turn golden body cover, it is heavenly rank supreme grade divine ability that Xiao Chen uses Vajra Kung Fu combined with some body refining techniques, and then upgrades after synthesis. These 3 heavenly rank divine abilities alone cost him 80 or 90,000 points. However, with the upgrade and transformation of divine ability, his strength also skyrocketed. All this effort is worth it. It's time to go out and upgrade the talents of some core tribesmen. When the thought falls, Xiao Chen immediately stood up and walked out of the wing. Unexpectedly, several people were already standing in the courtyard. These people were none other than Xiao Zhan and Xiao Mingyi, the senior executives, but Xiao Dalong also had a young man on his hands. He appears to be in a coma. This is. Seeing the unconscious young man in Xiao Dalong's hands, it seemed that he was his son Xiao Ming, a mediocre person with average talent in the Xiao family. Xiao Chen suddenly asked with some confusion, could it be that this guy made some mistake? Ha ha ha, didn't you say you wanted to help some core tribe members cleanse their marrow and cut their veins? I just knocked this little brat unconscious and brought him here. This will also prevent this brat from knowing things he shouldn't know. After hearing Xiao Chen's question, Xiao Dalong suddenly laughed. Xiao Ming is the less talented among his 3 sons. If Xiao Chen could be given a massage, it would change this kid's inferiority complex. Quote. Seeing Xiao Ming fainting like a dead pig, Xiao Chen immediately felt a little speechless. This father was really tough. He is no longer afraid of beating his own son into a fool. It doesn't have to be that way. As long as they are core members of the Xiao family and their character has passed the assessment, just bring them here directly. Quote. Doing this will make them suspicious. If they go to get to the bottom of it later, I'm afraid it will be easier to make some mistakes. After shaking his head helplessly, Xiao Chen immediately suggested. All creatures that he has used the system's abilities will have a soul contract planted by the system invisibly. This will prevent the other party from having any thoughts of harming him, and fundamentally eliminate the possibility of the other party harming him. Therefore, as long as the other person has been baptized by Xiao Chen, he is almost a loyal believer of him, and there is no need to spend a lot of time to be wary. Ha ha ha, although this little brat's character is not bad, it's always right to be careful in everything. After hearing Xiao Chen's suggestion, Xiao Dalong smiled awkwardly. Chenur, are things going smoothly? Although Xiao Zhan on the side was a little speechless, he didn't say much at this time. Instead, he asked Xiao Chen. Not bad. When Xiao Chen heard this, he also knew what Xiao Zhan was referring to, and immediately responded with a faint smile. This time I helped the family improve several core martial arts, and the grades have all been upgraded to the heavenly rank level, which is enough for you all to practice to the celestial human realm. Hiss. Heavenly rank level. Before Xiao Chen finished speaking, Xiao Zhan and others took a sharp breath, with disbelief on their faces. Ha ha ha, our Xiao family also has the heavenly rank technique, and this rise will be unstoppable. In their inner excitement and ecstasy, Xiao Zhan and others couldn't help laughing. Besides, I also helped you purify the elixir, which should allow the 3 elders to break through to the Grotto Heaven realm and help the family cultivate more than a dozen powerful people in the revolving Dan realm. I even allowed my father to improve his cultivation by several small realms in a short period of time. Seeing the ecstatic expressions of Xiao Zhan and others, Xiao Chen added after a pause. With that said, Xiao Chen took out several skill scrolls and a dozen pill bottles, and handed them to Xiao Zhan's hands. When Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others saw these pill techniques in front of them, their bodies were shaking with excitement. Although Xiao Chen said it lightly, they knew how valuable these things were. If exposed to the outside world, each item would be enough to cause a sensation. It is also a precious treasure that the Xiao family has lost all their money and cannot afford to buy. But now they not only have it at their fingertips, but there are more than one of these treasures. All of this is thanks to Xiao Chen. Chenur, what you did to the Xiao family will never be forgotten by the Xiao family. Finished. It seemed that words could not express this kind of gratitude. Xiao Zhan even wanted to pay homage to Xiao Chen at this moment. Even Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong followed Xiao Zhan and bowed down. This move immediately shocked Xiao Chen, and he quickly stopped the actions of several people. Chapter 29. Father, you don't have to be like this. This is what I should do. After raising his hand to stop the actions of several people, Xiao Chen waved his hand with a smile. Although it is true that he came here via transmigration, the Xiao family has been his roots in this world since he came to this world. Moreover, a person's strength is not truly powerful after all. Only when the people around him are strong together can he truly be proud of this world. Otherwise, if something unfortunate happens to him in the future, there won't even be anyone around him who he can rely on. That's really sad. There is nothing that should or should not be done. After Xiao Chen finished speaking, Xiao Zhan suddenly shook his head and said with emotion. Although you are a member of the Xiao family, you have incredible opportunities. You could have used a little favor to end the Xiao family's kindness in raising you, and from now on Long Yu Judian will cut off all cause and effect. But you didn't do that. Instead, you dedicated yourself to the Xiao family. We old guys see all this and remember it in our hearts. After a pause, Xiao Zhan patted Xiao Chen on the shoulder and continued in a very firm voice. We can't promise you anything here, but the Xiao family will never hold you back in the future. If you encounter any trouble in the future, the Xiao family will burn the last drop of blood for you. Xiao Mingyi, Xiao Dalong and others on the side, although they didn't say anything, their eyes said everything. Xiao Chen was so kind to them, even if he asked them to die in the future, they would never complain. Xiao Chen fell silent after listening, and couldn't help but feel a little ripple in his heart. His initial thoughts. He just wants to invest in the Xiao family and create an invincible family so that he can control the world in the future. But as he got more in contact with Xiao Zhan and others, he also developed a sense of belonging to this family. The Xiao family is indeed worthy of his cultivation. Okay, no more sensational words, whatever you want to do next, we will fully cooperate with you. Seeing Xiao Chen suddenly froze on the spot, looking very touched, Xiao Zhan smiled lightly and patted him on the shoulder. Well, the remaining resources I have are enough to transform 3 or 4 people. As for the quota, it is up to you to decide. Xiao Chen nodded when he heard this and then changed the topic. Ha ha ha, we have decided on this matter a long time ago. Each of our 3 elders has a quota, so I knocked this kid unconscious and brought him here. After Xiao Chen finished speaking, Xiao Dalong laughed immediately. Then he carried the unconscious Xiao Ming to Xiao Chen. When Xiao Chen heard this, his eyes fell on Xiao Ming, and then he turned on the identification function to check. Martial Dao is a talented yellow rank middle grade, no wonder he feels inferior in the Xiao family. After checking Xiao Ming's talent, Xiao Chen didn't make any ink marks at all. He squatted down and pressed the opponent's chest, and then gave an order to the system. System, upgrade his talent to high earth rank. Ding. The system has deducted 6,800 points and is upgrading the talent of the character Xiao Ming. As the system prompt tone fell, a dazzling white light also shone. Just for a moment, Xiao Ming's martial Dao talent was upgraded from yellow rank middle grade to earth rank high grade. That's it. I have already helped him cleanse his marrow and cut his veins once. His talent should have reached the earth rank level. As long as I teach you well in the future, you will be able to cultivate to the Nirvana realm. Looking at Xiao Ming, who was still unconscious, Xiao Chen took back his right hand with a faint smile. Ha ha ha, I will definitely discipline this kid more in the future. I won't let you down for your hard work today. Xiao Dalong laughed when he heard this and lifted Xiao Ming up again. However, when he saw that Xiao Ming was about to wake up, he struck the opponent's neck with a knife, which made Xiao Chen's mouth twitch. This is indeed his own father, and he was beaten unconscious for real. There are 2 more people coming next. While speaking, Xiao Chen looked at Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong, and then a look of confusion appeared on his face. Each of these 3 elders has a quota, and they must all be their own children. The 3 elders had already beaten their son unconscious and brought him over. Why were the children of the other 2 elders missing? Ahem, both of our places are for our respective daughters. But because they are girls, it is not convenient to knock them unconscious and carry them in their hands. So we all knocked him unconscious and threw him in their wing. The next thing I can do is to trouble you, Xiaochen, to go to their boudoir and help them cleanse their marrow and cut their veins. Seeing Xiao Chen's confused look, Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong also woke up, and the former said awkwardly after coughing dryly. After saying that, his eyes were still a little dodgy, as if he had done something bad. Quote. When Xiao Chen heard this, he fell silent again. For some reason, he had an unknown premonition. It seemed like these two people were plotting against him, but that didn't seem to be the case. After all, both Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong were secretly planted with contracts by the system, and there would be no thoughts of harming him. However, looking at the weird looks of the two of them, I always felt that something was wrong. Okay, let's go to Sister Xiao Meyer's place first. Shaking his head, Xiao Chen didn't bother to think too much and immediately responded. After saying that, Xiao Chen turned around and left, planning to go to Xiao Meyer's wing. No, you should go to my daughter's place first. At this time, Xiao Qishong, who had been silent until now, suddenly said something, which confused Xiao Chen again on the spot. He could only turn around and look at Xiao Qishong with a puzzled face, hoping that the other party would give a reason. Ahem, my daughter's wing is a little closer to here, so I'd better wash that girl's marrow and cut her veins first. Xiao Lauer, you fart. When Xiao Chen heard this, before he had time to say anything, Xiao Mingyi couldn't hold himself any longer. The distance between these two people's rooms and Xiao Chen's courtyard is only 70 feet symmetrical. How come your daughter is so close? Shameless Xiao Lauer. He actually wants to be the first to get there, how can he succeed? Xiao Mingyi, you only have one chance, and I won't let it go to you. Xiao Qishong was not afraid at all when Xiao Mingyi shouted loudly. He immediately rolled up his sleeves and started to do it. If Xiao Meyer was ignorant, it would mess up Xiao Chen's mood. Or maybe the other party is too aggressive and has lost interest in Xiao Chen. What will his daughter do next? Therefore, whoever is first in line will have a greater chance. This is a good opportunity to turn Xiao Chen into a son-in-law. No matter what, you can't just take advantage of this old guy. Why are you still arguing? Seeing the abnormal looks of Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong, Xiao Chen couldn't help but frown, and a look of suspicion appeared on his face. It's just cleaning the marrow and cutting off the pulse. Which one is different first? What's so controversial about this matter? Okay, you two are old and disrespectful guys. It's up to Chen'er to decide which wing he wants to go to first. How is it appropriate to argue like this in front of a junior? Xiao Zhan, who was on the side, could not tell the truth and shouted angrily. After the words fell, when Xiao Mingyi and Xiao Qishong saw that Xiao Chen was a little suspicious, they both had sad smiles on their faces and did not dare to argue any more. Inexplicable. Seeing the two people's surprise, Xiao Chen touched his nose and walked towards Xiao Meyer's wing with a speechless expression. Old boy, I hope your daughter doesn't screw up. Looking at Xiao Chen's leaving figure, Xiao Qishong gritted his teeth and whispered to Xiao Mingyi. Hee, no. Xiao Mingyi smiled obscenely upon hearing this, with a proud look on his face. I spent a lot of effort to convince that girl what to do. This thing is absolutely foolproof. As long as Xiao Chen lifts the quilt and sees, cough cough cough. As he spoke, Xiao Mingyi seemed to realize that he had let something slip, and he coughed a few times to cover it up. Anyway, children and grandchildren will have their own blessings. Whether this can happen or not depends on their luck. Xiao Qishong showed contempt when he heard this. He didn't expect this old boy to be so unrestrained. Why didn't he think of this? What a missed opportunity. However, given his daughter's well-behaved nature and her fondness for Xiao Chen, she probably would have taken the initiative. Xiao Dalong on the side obviously realized something when he saw the two of them sneaking around. There was a sad expression on his face. He only regretted that he had not given birth to a daughter, and now he could not even participate in this good thing. What do you need these handles for? As he became more and more depressed as he thought about it, he slapped Xiaoming on the head, which made him feel a little better. Chapter 30. The night is like water. It didn't take long for Xiao Chen to walk to Xiao Meyer's courtyard, and then he went outside the wing and knocked on the door a few times. But after a while, there was still no movement inside, which made him frown. Could he still be in a coma? Thinking of Xiao Mingyi's words just now, Xiao Chen couldn't help but frown. After hesitating for a while, he still chose to push the door open and enter. Although it is very immoral and has no lower limit to break into a girl's boudoir late at night. But he came here to do serious things, and the other party's father also agreed. As long as you don't do anything outrageous, nothing will happen to you. As the door was pushed open, the scent filled the nostrils. The various crystal pendants in the room shimmer with hazy light, giving it a beautiful and dreamy feel. However, Xiao Chen came here to do business and had no intention of admiring these accessories. After opening the bead curtain, he came to the big bed. Looking at the large quilt on the bed, it seemed to be covering a person, only the outline of a human figure was exposed. It should be Xiao Meyer who was knocked unconscious. Image of Xiao Meyer. However, the quilt cover was tight, not even a hair was exposed. You still have to confirm. After muttering something, Xiao Chen lifted the sheets. After confirming that the other party is really Xiao Meyer, I plan to upgrade the martial Dao talent for the other party. Next moment, as the red sheet was lifted by Xiao Chen, a burst of hazy white light, with 2 touches of bright red, almost blinded his eyes. Hiss, what the hell is this? Seeing this blood-soaking scene in front of him, Xiao Chen's head was buzzing on the spot. Damn it, Xiao Meyer is not wearing any clothes. Could it be that Xiao Mingyi knocked the other party unconscious and then asked the maid to take off his clothes? Are you really not afraid of something happening to your daughter when you deceive her like this? When Xiao Chen was holding the sheet in confusion, Xiao Meyer suddenly opened her eyes at this moment. Their eyes met, and the room was dead silent. Next moment, as a scream rang out, Xiao Meyer pulled the sheet away and wrapped her proud thing tightly. What? I'm actually here to help you cleanse your marrow and cut your veins. I didn't expect it to be like this. You believe me. I really don't mean any harm. Seeing Xiao Meyer looking at him nervously with a shameful expression, Xiao Chen suddenly explained incoherently. Damn, I believe in the system's contract too much. He thought Xiao Mingyi and others would not harm him, so he didn't think too much or take precautions. Unexpectedly, he was tricked by this old guy. Even his own daughter was thrown into his face. Was this his biological father, the one he was specifically targeting? It's not your fault. I sleep by myself. I like not wearing clothes. Seeing Xiao Chen's helpless look, Xiao Meyer didn't get angry, but said with a face of shame. In fact, it was her father who gave her the idea that something like this happened. Let her lie on the big bed without any clothes and pretend to be unconscious, and then wrap her whole body tightly with a sheet. Xiao Chen will definitely check after entering the door, and 9 times out of 10, he will lift her sheets. This can then create a misunderstanding that will bring the 2 people closer together. After such a charming incident, if she takes the initiative in the future, it is really possible for them to get together. Xiao Meyer was a little resistant at first, but she was brainwashed by her father for a long time. In addition, Xiao Chen was already very outstanding in the Xiao family, and now he has become the person with the highest status in the Xiao family. If you can have such a man as your partner, your future life will not be any worse. So Xiao Meyer agreed to do this amidst all the odds. Speaking of it, she still felt a bit despicable, so she didn't have the shame to blame Xiao Chen for this matter. Like, sleeping naked. Hearing Xiao Meyer's words, the corner of Xiao Chen's mouth twitched. Speak the truth. He used to have this special habit in the summer. Unexpectedly, a beauty like Xiao Meyer also has a special hobby of sleeping naked. No, shouldn't she have been knocked unconscious? Why are you sleeping again now? Brother Xiao Chen, what do you want to do next? Just when Xiao Chen's thoughts were turning and he realized something was wrong, Xiao Meyer also spoke at this time. That kind of royal sister-like voice carries a kind of nervousness and expectation. Coupled with the situation, the scene, and the specialness of the words, it all makes people think a lot. How does Sister Meyer want to solve it? Xiao Chen raised his brows slightly when he heard this, and he didn't look panicked at all. He just asked with a half smile. Xiao Meyer's temper is a bit hot. Could it be that he wanted to beat him up or gouge his eyes out? Although this is an inadvertent incident, I also showed you my body. Sister's requirements are not high. If Brother Xiao Chen wants to start a family from now on, just let my sister be your concubine. Xiao Meyer said these words with great shame in her heart. Xiao Chen couldn't help but widen his eyes immediately, and even wondered if he heard it wrong. Unexpectedly, Xiao Meyer's request was to be his concubine. What is the difference between this and flipping? Don't worry, although we are called sister and brother, our clan bloodlines have become estranged, so it will not have any impact on the children. When Xiao Chen was shocked, Xiao Meier added this sentence, which made Xiao Chen's head buzz. Now let's talk about children. Isn't the development a bit too fast? Isn't it a bit abrupt? Seeing that Xiao Chen was stunned, Xiao Meier asked awkwardly. This is the first time in her 21 years of life that she has been so bold with a man. The most outrageous thing is that the other party is 3 years younger than her and is still a member of her tribe. If she hadn't been so thoroughly brainwashed today, she wouldn't have had the courage to say these words. If brother Xiao Chen can't accept it for a while, sister will have plenty of time to wait for you slowly in the future. After a pause, Xiao Meier added. Let's talk about these things later. Xiao Chen also came to his senses at this time, coughed dryly and waved his hand. I want to cleanse your marrow and cut your veins now. The great elder should have told you. If there's nothing important, let's start now. Suppressing the restless thoughts in his heart, Xiao Chen said in a low voice. Sister understands. After hearing Xiao Chen's words, Xiao Meier nodded. Next moment, she looked nervous and ashamed, wrapped herself in a sheet and straightened her proud body, indicating to Xiao Chen that he could take action next. You, what are you doing? Seeing Xiao Meier's seductive movements, there was also a large expanse of snow that could not be covered, and even the deep ravine. Xiao Chen almost went berserk on the spot. Very meow. He is a strong-blooded man, are you really not afraid of being ravaged by him if you are so seductive? If he hadn't come to Xiao Meier's wing today, he wouldn't have known that this clan sister who usually had a hot temper could be so flawless when she got really excited. Is this still a great beauty that is difficult for ordinary people to pursue? Why do you want him to execute the other party on the spot now? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.